Hey everyone, welcome back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. The Three Musketeers back at ya. I have Kim to my right, Mac to my left. My name's TJ. And in this group segment here, I wanted to share my thoughts on an article that I read in the American Thinker, and we did have one person comment some weeks ago that the American Thinker purported nothing but conspiratorial theories. And, of course, we answered his malicious comments. But in any event, I read an article in the American Thinker last Friday, and it was titled, "Is It Too Late?" And in the asking of the rhetorical question, "Is it too late?" he references Julius Caesar and references historical events. Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon. And in crossing the Rubicon, it became the point of no return. And then he compared the point of no return to the events given the stealing of this election with Biden and President Trump. And just began to draw comparisons. And it was his theory that with these events, we are at a point of no return, regardless of how this turns out. Thoughts so far?
Well, I have to wonder that myself and what got me to thinking that was the gutless, spineless Republican worms that are letting it happen. They are more than willing to jump on let's just let Biden be president and get it over with. Of course, the mandatory gun buyback that's coming and the lockdown nationwide. It'll all be fine. For them, maybe. Not for us.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that we'll never have a free election again unless we do something, and I don't see us moving to do anything. Trump's trying, his group is trying, but I don't see the rest of the Republicans jumping on that bandwagon to make some safeguards so that our elections are free.
Well, without reading too much into the comparison from the article, Julius Caesar, if you're familiar with the events of that time, he appealed directly to the people in opposing the Senate. Does this sound familiar?
Yeah.
And we know how that ended. They assassinated him.
Right.
And I got to tell you, is this not a political assassination?
Well, it's been 4 years of one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Character assassination, a political assassination, not just of the president, but of us as well.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, definitely. The liberals have gone after everybody that have talked about conservative values.
Well, AOC is making comments, and along with others, that say, and Kamala Harris being one of them, ways back, saying that we need to be punished, prosecuted,
And put on the list.
and put on the list and blackballed from society for
Biden-
what we did.
One of Biden's aides tweeted, and doggone it, I wish I'd written his name down, tweeted we needed to be re-educated, and then I think the tweet was pulled or something.
Yeah.
Or denied, or there's the accusation that, we're reading into what his tweet actually meant, blah, 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 blah.
I'll take it literally.
And when you think of Julius Caesar, the Senate assassinating him, Mark Antony appealed to the people, and the people basically went after the Senate, if I recall correctly, and also something else missed in this historical reflection. When Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon, Pompey opposed him, and Rome was basically in a civil war for, I think, 3 or 4 years. But the comparison is, we're heading towards civil war,
Yeah, as we were discussing earlier before we got ready to record, I think we might even be moving past that, and maybe a revolution is going to be needed to restore this country because of the collaborators, which are the Republicans now. I mean, you got Liz Cheney out there saying, right out in front, why don't we just let this go, and why is Trump trying to subvert our democracy?
The people who have subverted it are the Democrats.
Yeah.
I mean, this election is the most fraudulent election we have ever seen.
Yeah.
And the numbers are there.
And it's not voter fraud. It's election fraud.
I'm going to go out on a ledge here because this is a theory. I like to theorize, as I like to say. My theory is establishment Republicans are just as much at fault over this theft as the Democrats.
Yeah.
They're you know what? They say silence is violence. Well, you know what? Their silence on this speaks volumes.
Well, that goes to my point. I didn't really finish about Liz Cheney. Where was she? I never heard a peep from her when we had the Russian hoax, the Russian collusion. Adam Schiff had concrete proof, which we never heard. They did an impeachment based on this, and where was she? Nowhere to be found.
The other thing is, have you guys watched The Trump Card by Sousa?
I watched it last night, as a matter of fact.
Yes. You know, it talks about all the other foreign entities
Yeah.
that are involved with this election.
After all of this complaining about election interference.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the Muslim Brotherhood was definitely involved in
Yeah.
this election and giving funds to Biden. They wanted Biden to win.
Sure.
They talk about Chavez,
Yeah.
and they talk about how the votes were manipulated with a computer system, the same computer system
Yep.
that we used for this election.
Dominion by Smart Tech.
Yes. So, have we gone over the edge? I think we have. I mean, if
Yeah,
we
I'm-
allow this to stand, we've gone over the edge.
Right?
Well, historically referencing the death of Julius Caesar, Mark Antony whipped the populace into a frenzy. I don't know if Rudy Giuliani or Sidney Powell or Lynn Wood will be as successful, but
Right.
I can hope, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is we can't just sit by and watch this happen. You know, it's
Oh.
really easy to say, oh, we lost, we can't do anything, our hands are tied. The Democrats have always gotten their way and gotten away with corruption.
I had someone recently tell the two of us that it'll be fine. The future's not that bleak. They're optimistic. Can't back up anything they say with reason.
Oh, and Mark Levin, I'm sure everyone knows who Mark Levin is. I think he'd be in agreement with us based on what I've been watching on Blaze TV.
Anyone with a
know.
brain in their head that is in touch with
Mark
reality
Levin says
would be agree
if
with
this
him on that.
isn't, he was going, if this isn't addressed, this leads to civil war. So,
This has got to be addressed. We have got to do some things to make some changes.
You got a decision to make. Accept it or don't accept it.
Right.
and
And I choose not to accept it.
And I'm with you.
I'm not accepting it either. That's all I got for this one.
Yep.
Anything else, guys?
Nope.
All right. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. See you in the next segment. And as always, remember, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.